8:30 on Thursday, the 5th of September. What a chunky, clunky day. And it is raining, grey. At least we've had a few days of blue sky, get a bit of vitamin D into you. All right, so how's everybody feeling? All right, right now we have the moon in Libra. All right, went into Libra at 2:12 a.m. I don't know why I'm doing that. I feel like I need something. Let's go for a Susan again. Because it's in Libra and it's lovely. All right. Okay, I don't know what's going on. It's not showing as anybody here. Good morning, Cara. How are you? See, I knew someone was there, even though it says there's no one here. We'll have to catch up soon. Okay, I've been feeling you. All right. So, moon in Libra. Now, normally when the moon is coming up to Venus, it's all lovely. But I don't feel like it's going to be that lovely. All right, so we've got the moon. Yeah, we've got the moon coming up to conjunct Lilith. All right, so this is that. Sorry, it goes Venus, then the South. No, sorry, South Node, then Venus, then Lilith. All right, so South Node. What about relationships do you need to let go of? Is there an aspect of your emotional existence? Good morning, Susan. I'm going to have my little spiel and then let's see what comes up. All right, so yeah, so Moon in Libra. Is there an aspect of your emotional balance or existence that you need to let go of? Moon conjunct South Node. South Node in Libra. Is there some aspects of your relationship ideology or viewpoint that is somehow codependent or reliant on other people? Have you always, good morning, Vicky, have you always felt the need to be in a partnership? Is it something that you have viewed for a long time as the norm? All right. So then we go Moon, South Node, Venus. All right. So then once we understand what that thing is that might be holding us back from finding our own balance. Now, in the words today, because I feel like this is relevant. Ever had the experience where you've had to stand on one foot and they suggest that you focus on a spot away from you or you hold your ear? I remember Aileen used to say all the time, hold your ear. All right. And once you focus away from you, then miraculously you can find balance. So today feels like that. The less you focus on being unbalanced, the more you find your ability to stand tall and not fall. All right, so Moon South Node, you see how your old patterns of behavior, the nodes are. Then you hit Venus, and then you're like, oh my God, I am entirely balanced on my own merits. I can function wholly on my own. That North Node in Aries is like, you can be an independent entity in your own world and function just fine without someone else's assistance. All right, and then the moon goes to Lilith later on. So I think that's at 1 a.m. tomorrow morning. So South Node 4 p.m., Venus 7 p.m., Lilith 1 a.m. So as the moon's moving towards that Lilith and we're starting to make these understandings, we're allowing those deep feelings that have been repressed and suppressed to come out. All right. Whereabouts do you hear that voice that good girls don't? Or, oh my God, oh no, we shouldn't say that. Or, oh, that's just not the done way. This is 2024. And some of us are still living through stories of our parents that were born in the 50s. Just even think about that. You know what I mean? Like our understanding of life, I mean, depending on when you're born, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, is somehow based on our parents' reality, 50s, 40s, or whatever. Like, you know what I'm talking about. Go back a couple of generations. And their understanding of reality was based on your grandparents, which was a completely different time. Good morning, Elizabeth. So I'm just asking you to see where those aspects of femininity are being repressed by old stories that are completely irrelevant now. All right, now another one that is emphasizing this is the fact that Mars moved into Cancer this morning at 5:47. All right, so now we've got this Mars, which is our drive, determination, energy battery, moving into an emotional place. Oh my God. So we could be looking at aspects of the father, or the, that strength, um, vision in a family dynamic. Maybe there, you had a single parent family where, there was someone that had to do both, but they had the strength to do that. So you're looking at completely, but okay, there's an aspect of emotional intelligence, all right? Because with Mars in Cancer, we can get very moody and broody. And where does that come from? Is it because we're frustrated and our emotional expression is hindered somehow? Or because boys don't cry? All right. So as you can see, there's these aspects of emotional repression that I feel like are coming through. Now, Mars has just finished that in conjunct, so adjustment required, to Pluto now at 29:57, I think, of Capricorn. It's only there till mid-November, but this is those last ditch efforts of the top-down power structure. And like I was saying yesterday, the bottom up, all right? Capricorn and Saturn, in this case, Saturn in Pisces, are those foundational beliefs that we have built our lives upon. All right. So um, we are examining those beliefs in the Saturn in Pisces aspect. But as far as how we run our lives, goes back into that codependence. Do you feel like you need someone to assist you in living? All right. So here's the government, or, your internal corporate life brain. Sorry, I can't think of any other way to put it, but you know what I mean. The way you run your life. Are you thinking that you need guidance, you need someone else, you need some strength? And then it comes back to, because there's all ladies here right now, you know, does that need for assistance come from the vision of your parents, like the dad being the provider, Mars in Cancer? Oh my God, that was a lot. But, and it just sort of flowed. It just sort of works in my mind. All right. So we're definitely going through we're looking at our feelings today, as always. We look at our feelings and ask ourselves where it came from. What's the story? What's the origin story? So family of origin is going to be very important for the next 6 months, because Mars is going to be in Cancer for 6 months. All right. Up until April next year. So, well, everybody is going to get some sort of hit of this. And additionally, Mars is being ruled by the moon now. All right. The moon is Cancer, which is the moon. So our emotional state, every time the moon changes, is going to be influenced. So at some point, you're going to get it as it is. So the best way to deal with this one is that emotional intelligence. So if you are moody and broody, pay attention. If you're really cracking the shits, ask just, as always, where is this coming from? And if it is your partner or your family, all right, because it's Cancer, why are you getting the shits rather than speaking your truth as to what's irritating you? All right, because here's that suppression, repression, where we're not expressing ourselves because something in us says that we can't do that, or that's not the way it's done. Oh my God, how does that feel? Like, do you relate? Even if you're watching the replay, like, please put it in the comments, because this is a 6 month thing. I mean, obviously the moon in Libra is only going through until Saturday, where at 3:20 p.m. it goes into Scorpio, which is ruled by Mars and Pluto. So awesome. Well, not awesome, Kara, but great that you can see the relevance. All right, because like I was just talking about, this is Mars and Pluto, and we go into the Scorpio moon on Saturday, which is both Mars and Pluto. So we really want to, we like, and like the words for the day, when you are feeling unsettled and not quite within yourself, focus on something away from yourself. Pull your ear, I don't know, stand on one foot, have a trigger when you're triggered, if that makes sense. People when they're stopping smoking have an elastic band that they flick. There's some sort of physical thing. So, I mean, only just because I'm only playing around, but like even that, like pulling your ear or just doing something to go, oh my God, that's right. Okay. I need to come from a place of emotional intelligence here and figure out what I'm not saying. Okay. Feels amazing. Excellent. Oh, okay, yeah. You know what? I'm sorry to say, but men are going to struggle, well, not struggle. If you have a man that is emotionally intelligent, if you have a man, good morning, Karen, that is happy to explore their feelings, that understands where they got their shit from, that, like that can see how society really has done such a disservice to men, where feelings come into it. You know, men and boys, you are allowed to cry. It is a human function. It is there for a reason. To say that men don't cry or boys don't cry, what a crock. What an absolute crock of shit. Good morning, Sally. How are you? All right, so I've been holding these cards now for over 10 minutes. So let's draw this card to see how that is, I mean, the weekend, I didn't really I didn't really see it, but oh my God, how many people I've spoken to argued on the weekend just gone or had a hard time, you know? And even now, like yesterday, Mercury is in shadow up until the 9th. Oh, problematic, problematic. Oh, this one. Family and travel. Black Cockatoo says, as family, we travel across the sky to meet our seasonal needs. A trip made me imminent. And I love that. Whether, if you're going to go for a trip, awesome. But the fact that, this card is family orientated. All right. So, I got up this morning and I trained. I got up and I did my workout. And another thing that I would just like to point out as far as medical astrology goes and the exercise functionality of Mars, because it is our drive and determination. In this watery place, if you love swimming, go swimming. Um, Mars is going to want to do a much more gentle type of exercise. So find something that you can feel nurtured with. Mars is not going to want to exert itself as much as what it does in Aries. It's just going to be a little softer. All right. Now, as far as Mars in Cancer goes, we are looking at the breasts and the soft tissue in our body. So just be aware of, I don't know, inflammation or, look, Mars also rules cutting, blood, and bruising. So just be careful for soft tissue damage, you know. And if you are someone that exercises a lot and you feel, it's normal. You just have to be determined to nurture yourself in a physical way. All right. So there's always going to be workarounds. It's just what emphasis you place on it. And don't let Mars fall, like Mars is in its fall position. It's like, oh my God, we just need to do something that is in alignment with that and just remind ourselves that, the things that we are determined to do are important because we nurture ourselves. Actually, I found myself going, when I was doing burpees. Who loves burpees? And I was like, I am strong. I am wealthy. My strength is my wealth. Blah, 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 blah. Just to sort of get me, going. So even that reminder of why doing these things are important. Yes. Well, Mars only moved into Cancer today, but yes, anything fluid is the moon. Cancer is ruled by the moon. So yes, Vicky. And in the same thing, walking is going to help you move that fluid retention. So making sure that you are moving to move fluid. So there you go, guys. That's me. A lot of things to think about. by tomorrow, we've got some nicer things to, well, it's not that it's nicer, you know, moon in Libra. It's just we're really looking for balance. So yeah, I will see you guys tomorrow, and I hope you have a fabulous day. Mwah, full of lots of emotional intelligence.